Good morning, I'm Juanita. Welcome back to the Knit Guru. This is my everything I knit and crochet in the month of February. Now, January felt like I made quite a lot, and it was quite a range of things. February, I'm looking at it going, admittedly, I know that it's a short month. I know that it's been like one of the busiest months of work of my entire life. But this is everything that I have knit and or crochet in the month of February, and this is not going to be a long video. First of all, we'll start with things that I finished from last month. So last month, I think I had this sock finished. And I was working on this sock, which means that I have completed a pair of socks. This is from Hobie's Summer Sock Yarn. It's a cotton-based sock yarn, and it's lovely. I bought two colorways. Now, this one I thought was going to be the inferior of the two, because this one I was describing as watermelon. Of course, as we know, Hobie calls this like what, color 43 or something. Who knows? It's just a number with Hobie. I called it watermelon. And then I got started on the second pair of socks, because what I was worried about with this one is I was playing yarn chicken, and I've ended up with just like a short end at the end of doing this. So now I'm on my second pair of socks, and a completely different pattern design. She says looking for it in the wee baggaroony. So the second colorway I call Desert Beach. Oh, I don't know, it's probably called color 3. And so what I'm working on is a design for a picot hem ankle sock, because I wanted something short that was definitely not going to give me yarn chicken anxieties. But I'm quite happy with sock 1. Sock 1 has come out nicely, and I'm now on to sock 2. Sock 2. What is interesting is that the top of this one is blue and the top of this one is orange. They both have a folded over hem, and they started on yellow, so I was like, well, that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But then what's happening is that the colours have lined up but not lined up. Like the blue stitches have lined up, but nothing else. There's yellow on the inside. Dying. The others haven't lined up, but the next bit that I've got is pink. The next stripe is pink. So it's an interesting colorway. It's fun to knit. But I really thought that I was going to enjoy these colors, because in the ball, I prefer those colors. But on the sock, I prefer watermelon to desert beach, or whatever Hobie's color combinations are. The stripe pattern's exactly the same. It's just a different section of colors. So that's what I've done in terms of socks, and that's it for socks. Normally I at least have like 5 or 6 pairs of socks on the go that I don't finish, but this one's taken a lot longer because these are on 2.5, or is it 2.25? It's on a very small needle, and I am still struggling with my thumb tendons, even though I did this in September and it's now February or nearly March. I can't see the end of it. Next thing that I have completed, I have made this Snorlax with a plush yarn in a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. This was from Loopy Catherine. I'll link the pattern down below. It was a really easy make. It's definitely not no-so. Look at the little toe bends on my little Snorlax's footsies. That's fun. There is somebody I'm going to give this to because they are a massive Snorlax fan. I made Pikachu, very happy with this pattern. I did go off pattern for the tail because the pattern instructions for the tail were not gelling with my brain and my psychology, so I made my own tail. But this little Pikachu's in the same yarn, a 3.5 millimeter hook. I know that if I made this in Zach's yarn, or if I made this in Hobie Honey Bunny with a bigger hook, it's going to be much bigger, and that probably would have been much easier. And I also made, she says, reaching out of frame. Everybody wants to see me stretching out of frame. And the Squirtle. Very happy with the Squirtle tail. Very happy with the Squirtle face. Less happy with the Squirtle shell. That was just way harder to sew on than I was anticipating. So Squirtle and Pikachu. These are from Tasha's Crochet Corner. I'll link them down below as well. They are on Ribbler is where I found them. And they were all free patterns. Because, again, we had Pokemon Week last week. So my pressure was on myself to see how many Pokemon I could make in the month. It turns out that I crocheted 3 using my tiny hook and my tiny plush yarn, but they are adorable. And then I worked on designing 2 of my own Pokemon patterns that you would have seen released last week. Now, Pidgey, whose eyebrows are a little bit cray-cray, what I do keep meaning to do is to just put some starch on that yarn and block them back so that his eyebrows aren't completely mental. But I haven't done it. Why haven't I done it? Because I've been fecking lazy. Or busy, one or the other, you decide. One is a better way of looking at it. The second pattern that was released is this one here, which is my Bellsprout. Bellsprout was one of my favourite Pokemons from Gen 1. I didn't like its evolution so much, but I really liked Bellsprout. I thought Bellsprout was cute. I do have a terrible habit of just fighting using the cutest form of a Pokemon, which does mean that, do I have a level 100 Bellsprout floating around? Yes. Is it useless? Yes. But is it cute? Yes. So this guy here and this guy here, they're actually in a very similar colourway. They're both made from Cascade Merino, and it's the same thing that I made my book vest out of. It's a really nice DK yarn that's probably closer to a worsted, to be honest, and a 3.5mm needle. Both of these are free patterns that I released last week, so you're welcome to go do those. Other things I've been working on, Zach released the snake pattern and made it a temperature snake for the year. Am I up to date with February? No, but I'm up to date with up to about a week into February. I'm this far through. There's definitely January is stuffed and February is not stuffed. There are a couple of days that are going to be in the hotter temperature, which is more burgundy red. And then hopefully we're going to start going back down to, I remember this day. Oh, 2 days in a row. How lovely. I could have worn pants. I do not like summer. So this is where we're up to after 2 months of temperature snake. I do really like his rainbow eyes. They're snake eyes and they're rainbowy and they're all kinds of fabulous. And this is the same plush yarn. And this plush yarn I've been relatively happy with. It just came from Temu. It's that one. I just looked for a plush yarn and I was looking for the colours, so I just bought the bags that gave me the colours. And again, I've just been following them based on this thing that I designed and had Dad laser print out for me, so that I can remember what shades to use at all times. And trust me, I do have to do this. My partner also built my spreadsheet so that when I put the temperature in, it colours the square to match the colour of the yarn, which makes me feel like a technological princess. So these are my colours, and this is my snake so far. So what's going to happen is through March I will continue doing the high temperatures of the day, and then what Zach's suggesting is that for 2 of the seasons we follow the highs, and 2 of the seasons we follow the lows of the day. So I'm not sure yet at what point I will drop to the lows. Maybe I will do highs of spring and summer and lows of autumn and winter. But I'm on the fence. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah, that and this blue colour here. I stole it to finish my Snorlax because my Snorlax used an entire ball for the body, and then I needed more yarn, bought the body and an arm, I think. So I needed to steal this much from the next ball of blue. So I'm on the fence. So there's that. Then what else did I do? My Auntie Jo, who I love and adore, sent me this pattern for a cream egg cover to turn your cream egg into a little chicken. And I made it, and it was hilarious. Like, the pattern was just, it was all garter stitch. It was just like knit, go out for the tail, come in, decrease for the head, put it on a cream egg, and it looks sort of like a chicken. I didn't like it, so I changed it. And she's about to have these posted to her in the mail. These are 2 little cream egg chicks. The pattern will be released in March, because I think everybody should have little cream egg chicks for their Easter table. Or if they don't want to do like a whole sort of... Last year I did Easter baskets that were the Yip Yips. And I filled those with Easter eggs. This year, maybe it's just going to be a cream egg and a chicken. Or do I do a big chicken and fill it with cream eggs? No, I don't know yet, but Easter's coming, so we've got these little fellas. There's been a lot of birds, actually, a lot of birds. I've also been working on this hat, which is the Te Hupanui beanie from James Herbison of Joy of Yarn, because the Wairarapa Wool Weekend is coming up in March, and I get to run a wee workshop. Very proud, very happy, very excited about it. It's all on tuku panels and creating those. So this is where I'm up to so far. This is in Shetland wool, and I've just followed the exact colours that came from James because I just wanted to honour his pattern because I thought they were beautiful. And again, I'm trying to get over my fear of green. However, I think I'm going to have to pop in and see him this week because I'm concerned that I'm playing yarn chicken with the main colour. I might be wrong, but I'm concerned that I'm playing yarn chicken. So there's another section of the flower motif because I've just finished the horns. Then I've got the flower motif, and then there's like a brioche decreasing top to it. I am quite happy with my floats. I've kept my floats quite even and not too long. However, am I going to be looking forward to darning in all these ends? No, I am not. But at some point, they've got to be darned in. But this is turning out beautiful. And this is on a 3mm needle. And it's 4-ply yarn from the Shetland Islands. So it's lovely. And it's a lot of fun to knit. But it's hard work, particularly still struggling with the thumb injury, so this is slow going. The other one that I was working on for Finish It February, wait till you feast your eyes on my finished singlet. Ooh, it's a little scandalous. So this is wool from the Woven. This is the merino silk. Smooth and Silky, I think it might be called. It needs blocking so that hem stays down. It's meant to be an I-cord cast on, but I was a bit worried about the I-cord cast on pulling around my bellies. I said bellies because it's gone beyond one at this point. However, because it's just knit stitches in the round on like 200 and a million stitches, it's slow going. I did order some extra yarn because I was concerned that I was going to lose yarn chicken. I mean, I wouldn't have lost yarn chicken if I was going for a bandeau. I'd be finished. However, I'd like this to go down to my natural waist or my hip line. I haven't decided. So that means you can't even see it on shot if I finish the ball. I am down to this much of a ball. So Finish It February was supposed to be this entire singlet. And it hasn't even been this entire ball. So it's what I've been on. Finish It February is going to be continued into What the Hell Were You Thinking March? Right, so what are my plans for March? I am going to be working on, hopefully, my Sophie scarf with my with my woven yarn from Lush, the cashmere, the merino. Honestly, this is gorge. This is fantastic. I'm looking forward to doing that. So that's one of my plans for March. Continue with my temperature snake. See how much further we can go there. It might need a bigger bag, to be honest. I've stopped stuffing it because I can't fit it in the bag and I'm worried about losing it. I'm going to make and type up and release the pattern for the cream egg chicks after I post these up to the Hawke's Bay. I am not going to be making any more Pokemon for a while. I will finish my summer socks. That pattern is going to be released in Socktober because, again, I've mentioned it before that in order to fill October with sock-based videos, I kind of need to start them a year in advance. We shall see. I definitely need to finish this one, and this one needs to be finished by Wairarapa Wool Weekend because at the gala dinner, everyone's going to be wearing their hats. So I have 2 weekends to finish this, and I'm worried about losing yarn chicken. So maybe I'll go see James next week and work on this hardcore over the weekend. Maybe we'll go with that. Yeah. Those are my big plans. I also have a really large man-size Aran weight, I think I'm going to go with Aran weight, cable jumper design that I'm working on. It's just the design. And then if the design passes inspection from the man, we will start making it. So we'll see how we go there. So that is everything I have knit and crochet in the month of February. let's see what we can do in March. In the meantime, I will catch you next week. Bye.